Hey guys, Cuevas here with Realty, and I wanted to give you my predictions for the 2022 real estate market. Now, I wanted to keep a couple of things in mind. Number one, that real estate is very much a local topic. The reason I say that is because talking about it at the national level is very difficult. What happens at the national level doesn't necessarily trickle down to the local level, and so every market is different, so keep that in mind. Two, keep in mind that the real estate market for the last few years has been extremely hot. And so even if we don't meet the same numbers as the last year, which was a record year, it doesn't necessarily mean that the sky is falling. Because I'm not sure that we'll be able to meet those numbers, but nonetheless, I think the demand is there. Which brings me to three, buyers. I still continue to see a strong desire for people to own a home, whether it be first-time home buyers or people moving up. The demand continues to be there. Three, I also want to talk about low inventories. There are still continuing to be a shortage of homes for buyers to pick out. Therefore, multiple offers will continue to be out there. There's sellers that don't want to sell because then they have to get into the buying market, and they're just something that they don't want to compete with. The other thing is builders aren't able to give you enough supply to keep up with the demand. And what I mean by this is they also are experiencing labor shortages. They're experiencing a shortage in supplies. And so I just don't see them being able to keep up with the demand. And then last but not least, the pandemic is still in effect, and obviously the economy is a little out of whack. Some people may say that the economy is doing well, and I would tend to agree, but it's just a little out of whack because people are continuing to get sick, which then affects the output that that company can do. So maybe there's not enough glue to go around. And so then you have a shortage of certain products, and then that product can't be put into the house, and so on and so on. I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I'm continuing to see a lot of empty shelves. It's just really strange. So I still think that this next year will continue to be a little bit of the same. I think it'll take a while for all this to smooth out. All that to tell you that my prediction for the 2022 real estate market will be that it will continue to be a strong market. And what I mean by that is that the number of sellers out there will still continue to be low. The inventory will be low. The buyer demand will be high, and therefore the prices will continue to go up. There will be multiple offers. Will we be able to match the numbers from previous years? I'm not sure, but nonetheless, it doesn't mean that it's an awful year. I still think it's going to be a good year. One thing that I'm curious to see what happens long term is to see what happens with some of these remote workers, some people working from home. I know a lot of people who've been able to stay home, but what does that look like this year? Some people are being asked to come back into the office. Some people are working 2 or 3 days out of the week at home, the other couple of days at the office. So are they staying put? Are they wanting a bigger home? Or are they moving out into the rural areas? A lot of people have moved out into the rural areas, and it's caused a surge in the demand for land. It's caused a surge for some of that rural property. Will that keep up? That part I don't know, and I'm interested to see what some of these employers do, because it's a hot topic when you see what's going to happen with remote workers. So enjoy it while you can. I really don't know what to tell you. So that's my prediction for 2022. If you're thinking about selling, if you're thinking about buying, and you're worried about some of these hurdles, if you will, in real estate, feel free to reach out to me. I'll share in some of the tactics that I'm using and some of the programs that I'm coming across and sharing with my clients, so that they can stand out, so that they don't have to be as worried, so they don't have to deal with the risk involved with buying, with selling, etc. So feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you. But thanks so much for watching this video.